We've got this part figured out. Sorry, the office with this, what is it? Just a spatula?
It's just a rubber spatula. You know what's nice about this one though is you can't really tell. This is the high temp one. You can actually almost like throw this in the fire and burn up. So these are good. They're all purpose. If they ever break or rip or whatever, you want to get rid of them because they can.
You mean after you like stick them in the blender and they get caught up like that?
Yeah, get rid of them because they can breed bacteria. So it's one more way which you can eliminate any potential problems.
So with me, that's a help. All right, so you have done the layers of the phyllo and the pears.
And the pears mixed with the flour, sugar, lemon juice, honey, and sugar. So this is ready to go, except the last thing we're going to do is just take a little bit of butter, probably about 2 tablespoons, I'm guessing. And we're just going to arrange it around the top.
So while you do that, I throw my egg in?
Put all your egg and your molasses in.
My molasses.
Okay? And dot this around. And then in the oven it goes, and we're done. The last thing we're going to do when it comes out is we'll put a little bit of apricot preserves over the top and sprinkle some sliced almonds on it. So this goes in the oven, and then I can come back and give you a hand.
Okay.
So that's probably about 25 minutes in the oven. Okay, so see how everything's starting to pull together? Now we actually want to turn up the speed a little bit. Kind of get everything incorporated a little bit. Okay. You can smell the ginger, you can smell the apples. It smells like you're making cookies.
It does.
Imagine that, right? Okay. So at this point, the best thing to do is now we want to taste it and just make sure that
it exists.
Yep. Really, once again, your fingers work best. I think it's
that's good.
What about you?
I think it's great.
Okay. So this one, at this point, the nice thing about this is I can make it now, and if I didn't want to use it for a couple days, just leave it wrapped up tight. If I didn't want to use it for even longer, in the freezer it goes.
Really?
You know, and the best thing to do is freeze it like in a Ziploc flat. That way, instead of freezing it like in a big lump, it takes forever to thaw. If you freeze it flat, within half an hour it's ready to go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So now what we're ready to do is we'll try to keep the mess from making as many things or having to clean up as much as possible. We can work right from this. Okay. Let's just pop it right out here.
All right, I'm gonna move this aside.
So with this one, now I make these all year long, holidays, winter, spring, summer, fall, I don't care, I like these. They're good with a glass of milk, good with that.
Yeah, just gonna say, those are very tasty.
So the best thing to do is, you wanna do about a teaspoon, okay? Now, from there, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna spread, you're gonna roll them in sugar just a little bit. And neatness really doesn't count on this one, okay? If you do that, that'll work right there, okay?
Okay.
So you can go like 3 by 5 would be fine, all right? We'll have plenty left over, okay? And I'm gonna get going on this other tart, which this is another type of tart pan. This is a rectangular one. These ones are nice too. These are small. You could actually do individuals, like you could do an apple.
Right.
Or half a pear kind of a thing, same setup. This one's gonna be a little bit different. This one is gonna be the same setup with the phyllo, only this one we're gonna put, I have in this tub right here, it's sweetened mascarpone, which has some sugar in it and an egg, and we're gonna put the figs in that one. So the cheese, like lots of times you see figs on cheese plates.
Right.
This cheese in this gives it that right combination of sweet in the fruit, a little bit of acid also, and a little bit of acid from the cheese, which is in there naturally. So they're all those things that work very well together. And those will go, you'll be surprised when they come out of the oven. They won't look anything like what they do on the tray right now.
That's good, or all my holiday guests.
You know what?
Family and friends would not be happy.
You know, it's kind of like being a kid. I mean, sometimes the best cookies were the broken pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe those were the ones that my mom would let me eat before the rest of them were done, so. So this, you can see, we're get this one in the oven also. They don't take long, maybe 20 to 25 minutes in a, let's say, 350 to 400 degree oven. So one more layer of phyllo. And what I do, Kevin, is I buy 1 box of phyllo and I just keep using it and freezing it, using it and freezing it until either it gets used up or it gets so dried out I can't do anything with it anymore.
Nice.
So it doesn't go to waste. Okay, so it fits in the pan, same thing. You don't want it sticking out over the top because those edges will burn. You can break them off if you have to. This is the mascarpone.
Yeah, mascarpone.
So this is 1 pound of mascarpone to 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 egg. And I mixed it earlier, but I did the same thing what you did with the sugar and the flour. I creamed the sugar into the mascarpone because it might be crunchy otherwise. You don't want the sugar to be crystallized.
Yeah, because mascarpone is
It's like a sweetened cream cheese, more or less. You know the nice thing about cream cheese is it's half the calories of butter.
Yeah.
And it tastes good. All right, so the pan's about half to 2/3 full. And then the figs, I just took them and washed them. These, like berries, you don't want to wash them until you need them. If you buy them and you're not going to use them for a couple days, don't wash them until you're ready. When you wash them, then dry them as soon as you can. And then you just place these into the cheese. Now, some are halved and some are quartered because they're different sizes. And
everybody on the crew is like starting to slobber.
now everybody's going to get a chance to even take some home today.
I think I might even bring up a special guest tester, don't you think?
That would be
Taste tester.
fine. I think
Since he's given up his day off to
Giving
be
his
here,
day off
I think
to
it's
be
only
here.
fair.
Now me, I like these right out of the bowl. I mean, I'll eat them whole. Some people like them skinned. For me, it's
Figs
fine.
are great. We were talking, like,
really
you always had fig Newtons as a kid and stuff, but nobody really gives you a real fig until you get older.
And it used to be, mostly dried figs. And then with this one, Kevin, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar on the top because I want the sugar to caramelize on top of the figs. Okay? And then in the oven, this one goes too.
All right, so we're ready. All
We're
this
ready.
can
Yep.
go in the oven. We're going
ready
to put it in
for
the oven. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere because the best part's coming up.